Task number 16 is the first of the teaching tasks, 16 through 22. Remember, if you've gotten this far, you're doing good. But if you fail any of these, 16 through 22, the test is over. So this is going to be the first place we need to really concentrate on teaching, and there's a little more sophistication to this. I personally don't teach this. Task 16 asks you to teach a beginner how to do the pickup and lay down. Unless I have a client who comes to the river in Wyoming and the last second he shows up and informs me that they've never touched a fly rod before, I seldom if ever teach a total beginner who's never touched a fly rod to pick up and lay down first. I usually teach them the paintbrush drill, so we go through smooth acceleration. I teach them the idea of a little bit about the casting arc or the piece of pie, and we talk about slack, all those things first. So if you go back to chapter 1, typically what I do is I teach people task number 1, 2, 3 before I teach the pick up and lay down, because I think the pick up and lay down is a whole lot of stuff to remember. It's about 4 or 5 principles all combined, and now you've added the 4th principle, which is the pause in the back. But there are times when you have to teach it, and this is one of those times because the examiners are asking you and they assume you're teaching a brand new beginner. So in this particular case, you've got to assume that it's a person who's never ever done it before. We're lucky today because Chris, who is the videographer that we've been having do these tapes, has never touched a fly rod until today when he's going to touch it right now. So we're going to see if we can teach Chris the pick up and lay down in 5 minutes. Somebody who's never taught it before or never touched a fly rod before or ever done a fly rod before. So I'm going to have Chris come out. I'm going to pretend that he's going to be off to the side first, just like the examiners. I'm going to pretend that the examiners have read me the task, and then I'm going to go ahead and just start the task. So the camera and Chris, you put yourself in Chris's place as an examiner. So I'm going to ask the examiners, please be my student. And you can ask them too. Remember, like we've talked about in a little preview for the teaching section, you should ask the examiner, do you just want me to, there's 3 possibilities here. Do you want me to just tell you the steps? Do you want me, the second thing you could do, which is slightly more sophisticated, do you want me to explain how I would teach the steps? Or number 3, do you want me to actually use you as a student and teach the steps? Those are 3 possibilities. There are some examiners who want you to do nothing more than tell them what the steps are. Give me the 5 steps. There are some examiners that want you to explain how would you teach those 5 steps, but they don't want to actually see you do it. And there are some examiners, like myself, I would like to see how exactly would you teach those 5 steps, use me as a student and show me. So you should ask the examiners before you start. So I'm going to assume the examiners have told me that they would like to be the student and they would like to see how I teach those steps. So we're going to start, we're going to zoom out just a little bit so Chris can come over and we're going to start the exam. So the examiners have just read me the task, and I'm going to play like you're the other examiners, but you're going to see I'm going to use Chris as my student right now. So I'm going to be looking at Chris because he's off to the side like examiners would be. Chris, what we're going to do today is we're going to show the pickup and lay down, which is a way of getting your line off the water without just ripping it off the water. If you rip it off the water, you've got a chance of shocking your rod, which does this, and then that can cause all kinds of slack, which is going to cause a bad cast. The other thing that happens is you can spook fish because you're going to rip it off the water. It's just going to tear off the water. It's going to make a big ugly noise. So we want to be able to get this off the water nice and neatly. So this is what the skill looks like. I'm just going to show it to you, and then we're going to go step by step. So we're just going to do this. This is where you're going to be in 5 minutes from now. So that's the pick up and lay down. So now, Chris, what we're going to do is just explain the pieces to you just a little bit. So we're going to put our fly out there at about 40 feet and just pretend that's the distance that we're going to use. The first thing we're going to do, we want our rod tip down and we want our line straight because we need to prevent slack. The second thing we're going to do, we're going to accelerate, just accelerate up to 2 o'clock. This is 12 o'clock, this is 1 o'clock, that's 2 o'clock, and that's 3 o'clock. So this is 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. So what we're going to do is accelerate up to 2 o'clock and stop. And where we're going to stop, it's pretty much when you see the end of the fly line, forget about that leader, just the end of the fly line, the end of the orange, when it starts coming off the ground, just stop. So here you're going to be. So all you're going to do, now what I want you to do is we're going to pause, because we have to pause and let the line straighten out behind us. So here we are. So we're going to stop at 2 o'clock, because that's just about when our fly comes off, our line comes off the water. Stop, and we're going to say, hi, Mom, because we have to pause. Hi, Mom. Then we're going to come forward and stop at 10 o'clock. So it's, hi, Mom, forward, 10 o'clock, and then follow it down. Hi, Mom, forward, 10 o'clock, and follow it down. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. So Chris, come on out. And we're going to have you do this, and then I'm going to have you teach it to me really quick. Go ahead and grab that noodle. Okay, Chris, here we are. This is step 1, rod tip down and line straight. Step 2, you're just going to, just to visualize if you can, visualize the line starting to slide towards you, and you've got to come back up and stop at 2 o'clock. So come with me. Just as I do this, you do it. Follow me right up, the same speed. And stop at 2 o'clock. There you go. Perfect. Now you're going to say, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Now, when you get done, good. When you get done with hi, Mom, follow me. It's right to here and stop. Nope, stop. Look where I'm stopping. Right there. You take the tip of that thing right there and you throw it in the top of those trees. Ready? So we're down here. And then follow it down. Hi, Mom. Forward. Keep your rod tip up a little bit more and then down. Ready? Hi, Mom. Forward and down. Okay, now you show me. How would you do that?
Start your rod tip down, back, 2 o'clock, hi, Mom.
Good, excellent. So I'm going to have you do it now. We're going to set this down. And Chris, do you mind if I put my hand over the top of yours as you hold that rod? You're right-handed, right?
Yes.
Okay, so just grip-wise here, you can grab it like that if you want to. Probably a better grip, but just to be to put, watch what I'm doing. You put your thumb, just like you're shaking somebody's hand. Put your thumb on there. You can grip it any way you want to, but start with this. I think it might be the easiest way to do it. So stop your thumb on top. There you go, perfect. And so I can help you a little better. Put your hand back down here so I have room to grab the rod. Okay, so I'm going to stand behind you, and we're going to do it step by step. So I want you to just watch what we're doing. Step 1. Step 2, I want you to watch the end of the fly line. So 1, hi, Mom, forward and down. Now I want you to do about 15 or 20% of this. Don't do a lot, just let me keep doing it. But you do some of it now. Ready? I want to hear you say, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Good.
Hi, Mom.
Okay, I want you to do a little bit more of it this time. Make sure you stop at 2 o'clock. Good. Do it again. Now you're going to do 75% of it. Okay. Now do 85% of it. Okay, now I want you to, let's get it straight here again. Okay, I want you to do the whole thing. Go ahead. Ooh, good job. Okay, do it again. Smooth acceleration forward, just like you're throwing a ball or something. Go ahead. There you go. Good. Do it again. Good. Do it again. Excellent. Okay. So, very good, Chris. Thank you. So Chris is done to pick up and lay down, and I don't know how long that was. It's probably about 5 minutes. So he's done to pick up and lay down, and that's well done. You'll notice what I try to do is follow all the rules that we talked about earlier. You know, why are we doing it? At this point in time, I would tell Chris, hey Chris, we're doing this because in order to be able to catch fish, you got to get your fly out of the line and make some false casts. This is a preliminary step between just the pickup and actually false casting back and forth. So we're going to have to eventually get to the point where we can pick it up and false cast back and forth, but this is that first step, and it's a way to get yourself, get your fly out there.